We're rolling.
You said we're rolling.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Rolling,
Keep
rolling.
them doggies rolling. Man, my ass is rolling. Right.
You dork. You're such a
What is
dork.
that from? It's from.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
It's from.
What is that from?
It's from an old movie of a
Western?
dude ranch. It's from an old. No, it's modern. It's an old comedy that takes place on a dude ranch. Anyway,
I think
whatever.
it's interesting that you know this.
I couldn't tell you who was in it or what it's called, but I remember the quote.
Rolling, rolling,
Man, my ass is swollen. Right. Anyway, this might be a good clip. We should probably clip that.
Very well could be. I think it's going to be.
Okay, good. You want to write? Drunk, by the way. I don't even feel like I'm tipsy. I just don't
Yes,
feel.
you are.
I just don't feel so irritated by myself as I did before.
Thank God. Thank God.
I think we're leaving this in too. We're leaving all this in.
Why not? It's us.
It's us.
It's us.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 27 of The Why of It All. So glad you're here with us. We're having a special kind of day.
Is that what you call it? Special? Special kind of day.
Yeah, and
Welcome back.
to be clear,
Yeah.
neither one of us drink, really, hardly at all.
No.
And we've both recently, very recently, within the last hour, had a cocktail because it was that kind of day. So you're going to get a whole special version of Melanie and Gina.
I mean, after the day we've had, whose suggestion was it to get a drink? I think it was mine.
I think it was mutual. I think it was like, I'm starving
Like-
now. We're dying and we're starving and we're unhappy.
We're
at the moment,
unhappy.
so let's just go somewhere and get food. And then it was like, and there will be a beverage involved.
And I'm like, let's change our feng shui. Are you hungry? You said, let's get something to eat. And then you're like, you know what? I haven't had a drink in a really long time, but I think I need a drink. And I'm like, you know what? Damn, that's the best idea you've had all day.
Fucking do it. There might be more swearing involved. It's okay. We'll mark this episode as explicit and earmuffs for those of you who are sensitive
But
to that sort of thing.
But for our girlies and guys that they're okay with a little explicit, this is your show.
Yeah.
This is for you.
So you guys are going to get 2 unprepped episodes in a row. Not because we planned it that way. I promise you we did not.
No.
The last episode that we released this past week was unprepped on purpose.
Yes.
And we started out today. It's Saturday. And Gina came into town and we had all kinds of plans in place to record 2, maybe even 3 episodes.
We're so overzealous.
Uh,
This is our first episode that we're recording. And at what time?
6:09 p.m.
Yeah. And I've been here since noon.
Not for lack of trying.
No, not for lack of trying. God, we tried so hard. We tried so hard, guys. So we
Start us
decided-
at the top.
Let's start. Okay, I walk in. I look at Melanie. I know we did not do our homework because just this week got really busy.
It was one of those weeks that it got away from both of us.
It did, and that's okay. But I get here, and we usually do our homework and show prep before we record.
At least a significant portion of it. Like the
right?
night before Gina drives into town, we'll
will
have
do
like
our
maybe a 2-hour phone call
At
or so.
least,
We'll
yeah.
come up with topics. We'll
Outline.
we'll create an outline. We'll do a little research.
Yes.
We don't necessarily have it perfectly fine-tuned.
Right.
We usually fine-tune it right before we hit record.
Yeah,
But we've got a good bulk of the homework done
Correct.
before we hit record.
correct.
Certainly before she walks in the door. That was not the case.
It's not. We had
Today.
homework last night to think of, get our creative juices flowing.
And we did that.
We did. And so we started out, I'd say not on the strongest foot, but because again, we didn't have any show prep done and we knew that going into today. But again, it always makes things a little more like pressure, especially when you're wanting to record 3 episodes in a small time frame for us. And so we are just, you could cut the silence with a knife. We're in our heads. We're trying to figure out topics, So
We had a couple of good topic ideas.
We're still gonna do them.
Like on their face, they're good topics.
They are, and we're going to do them
For sure.
Okay, but we start getting into them when our normal show prep. We are better together, obviously, for this show than apart, for sure. 150%. We've already discovered that. And so our creative juices normally start flowing when we start conversating, we'll take our walk, we'll get the juices pumping and start talking about things. And today, it just wasn't happening.
It was bone-ass dry, guys. There were no
Girl.
creative juices.
Girl.
We tried, though. We
for
spent 3.5 hours banging our head against a wall.
I mean,
trying to formulate an outline. And we worked on one topic idea
for a long time.
For a long time.
Hour
And
and a half, 2 hours.
Parts of it were really good. And then when we're going to the middle and end of the episode outline, it was just like blah. It was blah.
And we're like looking at each other and we'd like get excited. There'd like be a moment where we'd like start like, okay, like we're trying really hard. Like, okay, this.
It'd be like a little bubble of creative juice. A little bubble would come up and we'd be like, ooh, a bubble of creative juice. Let's like capitalize on, and then it would just flatten out. And we did that for a while. And then we realized, okay, this episode topic is not coming together.
No.
Let's just switch gears to the other topic. This other topic, I feel like it's got some more juice on it. It's got, we both really resonate equally with it. And
we thought, okay,
and
let's switch gears.
We start putting together an outline, and it was just flat as can be, flat as a damn pancake.
She's looking at her computer, and I'm over here on my phone. We're both kind of, trying. And it's just nothing. It is blank. And in between the blankness, there might be a little, well. When you were going through perimenopause, did you have headaches? And like, we just started talking about like our ailments and like getting older and the shit that you have to deal with when you're a woman and you're in your mid to late 40s.
Which was, by the way, completely off topic. It wasn't related to our topic at all. But it was just like.
But we're besties, so we talk about everything.
It was just. It was not coming together, guys.
It was not.
And. I don't know about you, I was starting to get annoyed by it. I was starting to be like, we've been at this for 3.5 hours and we're not accustomed to that at all. Like normally the hard part is coming up with a good topic.
Right.
And after that, once she and I get going, man, it's just flow zone.
Right.
So.
And I hope other podcasters are listening, because I hope that other podcasters can resonate with
this conversation. Dude, if you're a podcaster and you resonate with this, please send us a DM or comment, because we need to know that this isn't just us, okay? Because I was getting pretty down on myself. I was getting annoyed. I was getting miffed.
Yeah. It's what the writers call writer's block, right?
Yes, right? But then what we started getting into after that, at some point after we banged our head against this wall forever.
3 fucking hours.
At some point, we started shifting the conversation to, why are we having this experience?
Yes.
The why of it all.
Yes.
Like, why are we having this experience?
Is this happening?
And we started putting 2 and 2 together about, all kinds of things. But, I can speak for myself. Being spread really freaking thin over the last couple of weeks. I haven't been sleeping well. My husband's traveling pretty much nonstop, so I'm doing like single mom continuously. Taking on multiple volunteer projects that are passion projects of mine that I'm grateful to be doing, and I feel like I'm being a good contribution to humanity, but I'm probably taking on way more than I should be taking on, burning myself out, spreading myself thin.
And the podcast is, it's a lot of work.
And all of that on top of the podcast and all the editing work that I do with that. So I'm just exhausted. Like, can you guys see the bags under my eyes? No, it's because we've got the touch up on.
You look good, girl.
Okay, good.
You look good. I'm looking good.
Bag schmags.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have all kinds of reasons for why we're not at our best today.
Yeah. And it's like something shifted and the most beautiful thing happened, because we were hitting that roadblock on the second topic. And then we're trying to throw a third topic in there, a lighter one, because most of our stuff is a little bit deep and heavier. Something shifted and we both were like, what's up, girl? Like, what is up, girl? Let's fucking talk about this.
It was literally like a fuck this shit, I'm over it.
Yes. And you know what? And we both discussed at dinner that we were so happy that we had this conversation in person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we had, how long was that conversation we had? The heart to heart, like the vulnerable, like the really, like, this is, all the things that came out that we needed to talk about. How long? Like 30 minutes?
If the failed show prep was 3.5 hours, I think the come to Jesus moment at the end of it was probably at least 45 minutes to maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And we were also it went broad too. And we were talking about important subjects that we won't go into here, but it was essentially our goals for this show and what's important to us about it and the aspects of it that we can put more focus and attention on, the aspects of it that need more focus and attention, and how we can expand and improve and whatever. But we definitely needed to have that in person. And for a little while there, I, for one, because this is, you come to me, you drive almost 2 hours every time we do these episodes. You drive 2 hours to get to here. And there was a part of me that was feeling, we didn't even talk about this at dinner, but I was feeling guilty. Because I'm like, damn, she drove all the way here.
Isn't that funny? I never even thought that.
Yeah. But I'm thinking like, damn, she drove all the way here. Like, what a waste. What a wasted trip. And we're getting nowhere. And it's getting late. And you have to head out. You got to head back home. And I was starting to feel guilty and frustrated that we weren't going to get a usable product out of it. But then we had this incredibly productive conversation together where we started to recognize this creative block that we were having. And we had our reasons and justifications for it. But the fact is that every creator runs into a block every now and then.
Right.
And through that conversation, we not only became very productive in the sense of talking in person about important business related subjects that we had not talked about yet that we needed to, but also addressing this thing that has never come up for us before. But here we are 8 months into the show and it's coming up as this creative block for the first time. And then talking our way through it and giving ourselves permission to just pull the plug. Because what did you say? It was something along the lines of, if we try to force this, it's just going to be garbage.
It's going to be bad content.
Yeah.
And just speaking for myself, and Melanie's done more stuff like self-employed stuff, like creator stuff before the podcast. But as a new budding creator for just 8 months, I can speak for myself in saying that this is all new for me. Like, being a content creator, it's also having a full-time job, also with a new career, being a full-time single mom, having a mortgage, having all the things that go along with being a creator on the side is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. And so
you guys,
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. and I had to really recognize that today, and we had to have a really good conversation about that, and and it was also nice too to just talk about where we see the podcast going, where we want it to go. We need to have similar goals. We're in this together. We're in it for the long haul. And so that vulnerable conversation that we had, even though there were uncomfortable parts about it, was so productive.
Yeah.
It was so productive, right? And so anyway, this is where we are. And so anyway, we kept going back and forth. Should we try? And again, I said, we're not going to put out shit content. We have prided ourselves about making great content for our 3 listeners. And and so what did we talk about at dinner, Melanie? So one thing I said, which is true, and I think I can say this and you'll agree with me. And so we're having this great conversation, we're eating our food, whatever, having our drinks. And I'm like, you know what pisses me off the most about our podcast? Do you really want to know what pisses me off the most? And she's like, I already know what
she's going to say. And I was right.
And
I knew
go
exactly
ahead.
what
She
she was
goes,
going to
no, go ahead. Like, entertain me.
Hey everybody, it's Melanie from The Why of It All. You guys already know Gina and I are passionate about healing mind, spirit, and body. And that's why we're proud to be sponsored by a brand whose passion for wellness runs as deep as ours, Tulip Blooms. Tulip Blooms is a family-owned American small business that handcrafts a variety of small-batch premium skincare products, such as their original flagship product, Rainfall. Rainfall is a luxurious, lightweight face and body lotion made with soothing aloe vera and a powerhouse blend of cold-pressed botanical oils like jojoba, rosehip, and evening primrose. Rainfall is my go-to daily body lotion. I love that it's made with only the highest quality of pure, clean, natural ingredients. There's no synthetics at all, and it absorbs quickly, delivering lasting hydration without any greasiness. There are many scents to choose from, even unscented, but my favorite is rose geranium. Rainfall is gentle enough for the face, nourishing enough for the body, and the perfect daily go-to, especially after sun exposure when your skin craves extra care. Visit tulipblooms.shop and use our exclusive promo code HEAL, that's HEAL, at checkout for 10% off your order.
And I said, I am pissed. I am pissed. It pisses me off that we only have 3 followers, 3 people that listen to the badass shit that we are creating.
I mean, I almost just shot water out my nose. Too.
That would have been great for the camera.
Now I'm crying.
It'd been good.
I'm crying.
Okay, good. You're crying finally, and I'm not. Finally. She cried.
It's real.
She never cried on the podcast before.
It's the fact that it's tears of laughter is irrelevant. Tears are tears.
Oh, wipe them tear, girl. Wipe them tears, girl. Usually it's me. Anyway, what pisses
That's how I know I've had a really good laugh is when
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got just when I'm like laughing
Hey.
so hard, tears are streaming down my face. Yeah.
But anyway, we really both, what pisses us off most about the podcast is that we don't have more followers and we don't have more people listening. And so we had to have a big conversation.
We feel like we have really great conversations. We just wish more people were there.
And
to see it.
valuable content.
Yes.
Valuable content.
It's okay. We'll run reruns down the road. We'll do a rerun series.
We are. And so anyway, today has just turned into a beautiful reawakening of our passion for why we're doing what we're doing. I know for me anyway.
But it was also just a really big lesson in giving ourselves grace.
Yes.
You know, we have high expectations of ourselves. I can certainly speak for myself. I have like
You do.
ridiculous expectations of myself
You do.
and really high standards for performance. And on a day like today, and maybe you guys resonate this, where something that you really care about and you're putting everything into it, and it's like, damn, this is just not coming together.
Yeah.
And
Today.
I'll be honest, I started out judging the crap out of myself about that, getting mad, getting frustrated.
It was all.
But Gina, I think it was your suggestion to be like, I think we're done here. and
just call
and,
it.
and for a half a second, I wanted to be like, no, we can do this. And then the immediate other half of that second, I was like, you know what, you're right. Let's just let this go. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We got up. We went out to dinner,
Yep.
got a couple cocktails, which we
Yep.
don't normally do, but
No.
it just felt right.
Split some bar food,
Split
which
some bar
we don't
food.
normally do. We don't normally.
And during that conversation, it was like the post conversation where we started to recognize that it's okay to give yourself permission to say, didn't come together today.
Yeah.
And that's not the end of the world.
not.
And we can give ourselves grace in this process because we are both going through a lot right now.
Yeah.
Something that came to mind for me was the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And the 4th agreement is always do your best.
Yes.
That is something that I have lived by. I think I read this book probably when I was in my late teens or early 20s. I've read it probably every 3 or 4 years ever since.
And I've read it too. So we've
Yeah.
both read it.
It's a phenomenal book. We've got
Yes.
it right here.
Yes.
The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's little.
It's a
you
quick
can
read.
You can read it in a day or two.
Highly.
It's simple. It's children could read it. A teenager could easily read it. A preteen could easily read it. And we actually pulled out some excerpts that we want to read to you guys because this is just where we are today.
It is. And you had the beautiful idea of sharing this
When
with
we were at
our
dinner.
listeners. And I think it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect for how our day has gone today.
So, for those of you who have never read the 4 Agreements, I'm going to give you a very brief synopsis of what they are. The first one is be impeccable with your word, speaking with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. The second one is don't take anything personally. That has basically been my hallmark.
My crucible.
It's the one that I've been working on my whole life. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you're immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Number 3 is don't make assumptions. This is huge. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. And then, of course, always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. And we're going to dive into that one with just a few little excerpts here a little bit deeper. Gina, I'll let you read that.
Yeah. Under any circumstance, always do your best. No more and no less. But keep in mind that your best is never going to be the same from one moment to the next. Everything is alive and changing all the time. So your best will sometimes be high quality, and other times it will not be as good. When you wake up refreshed and energized in the morning, your best will be better than when you are tired at night. Your best will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick, or sober as opposed to drunk. Your best will depend on whether you are feeling wonderful and happy, or upset, angry, or jealous. So it's this ever-evolving thing. The other quote that we found that was just another precious nugget: just do your best in any circumstance in your life. It doesn't matter if you are sick or tired. If you always do your best, there is no way you can judge yourself. And if you don't judge yourself, there is no way you are going to suffer from guilt, blame, and self-punishment. By always doing your best, you will break a big spell that you have been under.
That whole part there about guilt, shame, and punishment is, to me, that's such a big deal. And I saw myself going into that a little bit today of like, God, man,
So bad.
there was the guilt about you drove all this way. There was the sort of shame involved with like, why can't we make this work? Like, why can't we get this together? For me, feeling like we had these great topics and these, not only were they great topics, but there were topics that resonated with us. Like on any other day, we would have been flow zone in an instant on these subjects. But today, it just wasn't coming together. And then I was self-punishing, like, God, this is so stupid. Why can't we get this together? Now, thankfully, we didn't do that for that long before we were able to shift gears into, good thing we're cute.
Yeah.
You know?
And I said, let's stop trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Like, it's just not flowing today. And I think this is the first time we've really had to accept the fact that we are sometimes going to get creative blocks.
Yeah. It's not going to be a home run every time.
It's not going to be a home run. And that's okay if we always do our best. And I think today we gave it a valiant effort.
Listen, guys, we didn't even plan on recording this episode.
No.
We were going to just scrap the whole thing, go out to dinner, have a cocktail,
Just say,
hug goodnight, and she was going to drive home. And then we're at dinner having, continuing the conversation and realizing that this is actually something we could talk about. We could talk about how our best is going to be different on different days. And that's okay. That's normal. We can give ourselves permission to just give ourselves grace and it's okay.
I think what makes our little sauce so special is that both of us are willing to be completely authentic and vulnerable with our audience and with each other. And with each other.
We're like, we had a crappy day today. Let's talk about it on camera.
I mean, I just think staying that authentic is going to resonate with so many, our 3 followers, our 3 listeners.
I hope all 3 of you are having a great time right now.
Let us know you're here. Give us the thumbs up if you want to.
All right, I'm going to read a few more segments. These are short that we just really liked. When you do your best, you learn to accept yourself. But you have to be aware and learn from your mistakes. Learning from your mistakes means you practice, you look honestly at the results, and you keep practicing. This increases your awareness. And I think this is where, in that conversation that we had earlier, we were willing to look at, we didn't make the prep in advance happen. when we were having better days this week, when we were more clear-headed and had more bandwidth, we didn't make it happen. Now, it could also be argued that we just didn't have the bandwidth all week. And if that's the case, then that's fine. But we acknowledged the balls that we did drop.
Yeah, we did
And we
acknowledge it.
acknowledged in other ways in our show, honestly, without judgment, the areas that we can implement improvement.
Again, it's just figuring out all these things now that we are partners in what we're doing in our passion project. It's like we're finding all these little nuances out, even more than I knew about you after 25 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And honestly, we've been doing this for 8 months. This is episode 27. And this is the first this is like the first big creative block we've had.
Right.
Not too shabby, girl.
I think it's all evolving as it should be. As it should be.
Last little segment here. This is kind of zooming out a little bit, okay? We don't need to know or prove anything. Just to be, to take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. Say no when you want to say no, and say yes when you want to say yes. You have the right to be you. You can only be you when you do your best. When you don't do your best, you are denying yourself the right to be you. That's a seed you should really nurture in your mind. You don't need knowledge or great philosophical concepts. You don't need the acceptance of others. You express your own divinity by being alive and by loving yourself and others. It is an expression of God to say, hey, I love you. And that's a little bit of a departure from the main subject, but that segment, we just love that. So we wanted to include it.
That made me teary. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. If you have not read this is one of my all-time favorite books. I've read it many, many times over the years. There's the Four Agreements for relationships and the Four Agreements for children. And there might be even a handful of other
I think it should be
spin-offs.
required reading, honestly.
I absolutely do too. And like we said, it's a simple, easy read. So there's no reason not to do it. Anyway, guys, this is probably going to be something we're going to wrap up here. It's a nice short episode, but we felt like we weren't going to have any content to provide here today, but we came full circle. We came full circle with it, with roadblock and frustration, and then we kept the conversation going, and we came back around to allowance acceptance and giving ourselves grace and permission to just be doing our best. And that's what today is.
We did our best. I got to spend some time with my bestie today.
We did.
All day.
We did.
Yeah, and it was productive. It really was.
It was far more productive than we thought it was going to be 3 hours ago. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoy this and if you'd like to support us, the very easiest way to do that is just go straight down on whatever platform you're on and hit whatever button is there. If it's like or subscribe or follow or whatever. Sharing with your friends is the other easy way to support us. And we appreciate it so much. It means so much to us.
So you can be our fourth listener. So you can be our fourth Well, you know what? We're going to listen back to this episode in like 2 years after we've got like thousands of followers, and we're going to laugh that we only, I'm being facetious when I say 3 followers, but we have way more than that. But anyway, it's going to be cool to listen back and to see how far we've come, because I already manifested it.
We will always remain humble.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. We hope you join us on the next one.
We will see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. Man, my ass is swollen. Right. Get him up, move him out, wake him up, get him dressed, get him shaved from the hair or hide. Tie me down, tell me lies, pull my hair, smack my thighs with a big wet strap of right.